Hello, how's it going? Welcome to a brand new series on F1 24. This is going to be the Lewis Hamilton career mode. We're going to be starting off in his final season of Mercedes before hopefully moving on to Ferrari for season 2 and seeing where the story takes us. I'm Joe. If you're new around here, make sure you click that subscribe button for plenty more F1 content. We've got F1 Manager 2024 coming up later this year as well. Really looking forward to that. But for now, we've got daily content of career mode and doing an official driver career mode, which I'm really looking forward to. First time since 2015, of course, when we did the Nico Hülkenberg career mode. So let's have a little look at how it all pans out. Leave a like if you enjoy and all of that good stuff as well. Apologies, it's a couple of days late. I was away for a little bit, but we are back now and ready and raring to go. So we are going to be going for the full season option.
Welcome to F1 24 and welcome to a brand new driver
experience.
Before you get started, we need to choose how you'll play. This is the default setup, designed to give you a balanced experience.
We're going to choose our own settings, so we'll skip over what she is saying. In terms of assists, this is what I'm going to be going for. I do play on a pad rather than from a wheel, so we are going to be going for full traction control. One difference this year, though, I'm going to be turning off the dynamic racing line. We are going to be trying to learn that, well, obviously I know the tracks, but learning the best way to tackle them every weekend. For now, anyway, if we're really, really slow, then we might switch that back on to corners only. And an automatic gearbox. Everything else is off, other than traction control and gearbox. In terms of difficulty, we are going to be starting reasonably high. I think last year we ended up on about 95, so I'm going to start off at 90, and then we'll creep it up as time goes on. Obviously, haven't played this era of F1 games for a little while, been doing the ultimate career with F1 2009 and F1 2010. In terms of practice, we're going to be on full qualifying, and then for races, we're going to go for medium to start off with, 35% races. Just for now, and then we'll see if we feel like we need to go a little bit longer, then we will. We're going to be going for the approximate forecast accuracy, career settings. Driver moves on, R&D management on. Although to be honest, in the past we've done the immersive career where we turn that off, but I think Hamilton does have a lot of say in R&D management, so I think it's realistic to have that. We are going to slightly reduce the resource rate though of Hamilton, keep everything else on default. Fault frequency, we're going to have that on standard, and fault types, we're going to have that on high. In terms of rules and flags, we're going to have corner cutting on strict, of course, parc fermé rules on, pit stop experience immersive, safety car increased. I do like having that on there. We're going to have the formation lap on, safety car experience. Yeah, we will keep that immersive for now. Red flags, we'll also keep that on increase, just to play with the drama a little bit. Simulation settings, of course, we are going to turn flashbacks off, although I might just leave. I don't know what I'll say. Let's just put none on there for now. We're going to put hard for low fuel mode. Race starts manual. Everything else seems fine. Simulation on that, simulation on that. Yep, that seems good. Okay, and then we've got controls, audio settings, all looking good. We are going to start with David Croft as our commentator, but I am tempted to go for Alex Jacks instead for some of the settings. But yes, I'm happy with that. Hopefully that's all saved. I'll be annoyed if it hasn't. No, that all looks good. Just double check the simulation settings. Yep, that all looks good. Right, let's continue on. And we are going to take a nice slow look at the new career mode today. I haven't seen many people doing the official driver career modes, but I'm looking forward to it personally. But you can be anybody you want.
I'm Elena. I'll be your agent for your sure-to-be legendary career in Formula One. You'll see that each driver has a set of driver ratings. These will be tied to you for the entirety of your career and will track your progress. As you perform well out on track, these ratings will improve and feed into various other areas of your journey through F1. We'll cover each rating in more detail later.
Okay, so obviously driver ratings are a big thing in this year's career mode, and I am playing on the most up-to-date version of this game, Lewis Hamilton, down at 88, although I have seen different ratings online, so I'm a bit intrigued by that. But yes, we are going to be Lewis Hamilton, but you could be anybody on the 2022 grid. You could also be anybody in F2. If you really want to take Ollie Behrman to the top, then you can, or take Arthur Leclerc up to F1. Or you can try some of the icons as well. We've got Ayrton Senna, Michael Schumacher, Jacques Villeneuve, Mika Hakkinen, Jenson Button, Felipe Massa, Mark Webber, Nigel Mansell, Kamui Kobayashi, Pastor Maldonado, Jamie Chadwick, Brandon Lee, David Tanitsa, Jarno Opmeer and Lucas Blakely, who are, of course, all esports champions in the past, other than Jamie Chadwick, who was W Series champion. But we are going to be trying to get Lewis Hamilton's belated 8th world title. So you can see all of those. You can see his stats in there: 104 pole positions, 103 race wins, 65 fastest laps, and 7 championship wins. And there's his bio. So let's get into Lewis Hamilton then.
Your current team needs no introduction, of course. They're excited to be working with us. Everything's set up and ready to go.
So there's
On this
Mercedes.
screen to the left, you can view information on your current team. For the first season, we'll honor our existing contract with them. After that, other teams will be willing to negotiate with us. This will be down to how well you perform and any rapport you may have struck with interested parties. Opposite this, you can see the current performance of this team compared to the rest of the field. This performance will change, depending on your success with development during the coming seasons. Recognition is a system that the team will use to determine how much R&D responsibility you were given. You will be compared against your teammate, and resource points will be split accordingly. Increase your recognition by improving your driver ratings, your current contract, and other bonuses that we'll cover later.
Okay, all looks good. We, of course, are going to be with Mercedes. Pretty much the equal second best team along with Aston Martin, McLaren and Ferrari. We will have tracks that we're able to compete at, possibly for podiums. But as we develop through the year, maybe by the end of the year, we could be going for some race wins, which would be awesome. Try and end that drought since Saudi Arabia 2021 with Lewis. But let's continue on then. And you can see there, looking very, very good. And there's George on the right-hand side. Let's get into it. Here we go.
Finally, let's do this for real. Sorry it took so long. You know what these legal types are like? Yes, sir. No, sir. Here's 80 pages of needless jargon, sir. Anyway, believe it or not, this is my excited face. Come on, come on. Let me show you what we've got. So, all the usual stuff, merchandising, likeness, blah, blah, blah. But the really juicy stuff is their expectation of you. They need you to challenge yourself all season, be the best you can be, dominate your teammate, become a legend. All that jazz. Now, it's over to you.
Okay. This is pretty cool, by the way. A much better immersive experience to the start of career mode.
Here we are. It's contract time. The team are expecting you to improve as your career evolves. And so am I. Here, we will be setting you a contractual target with the team, so that this progress can be tracked by both parties. Here, you can view your current ratings with your overall rating. or RTG, shown at the top. This is the value that will be used to set your contract target. In order to improve this, you'll need to show your worth at each race weekend. Your current rating has been used as a starting point. Move this slider to set your target for next season. A higher target requires consistently good results at each race weekend, but you'll get more recognition when you sign. Here you can view your recognition with the team. The higher the target you set yourself, the more recognition you will earn when you sign. More recognition equals more car development. More car development makes car go fast. You know the drill. Remember, if you fail to meet that target, you will lose this recognition bonus, so don't bite off more than you can chew. You can see some basic information on the contract, as well as the number of seasons your contract will last. After this season concludes, you may be offered longer contracts, if the team thinks you deserve one. A longer contract will give another recognition bonus when you sign. There's a few other points for us to go over, but we can leave those until you're settled. I'll leave you to finalize your terms.
Okay, so our first contract in Formula 1 then. We can't change the contract length, which is fine. We are going to be just staying for one season anyway. But let's bump up our rating to 90, shall we? By the end of the year. Let's get Hamilton back into the 90s. And let's sign that. We are slightly favoured over George. Not sure how true that is, but anyway.
We are on the Formula 1 grid for 2024. That sounds awesome to say. Time to go crush that target. I'll see you soon.
Okay, very good. Right, let's continue on then. Is this his house? I don't know if this changes based on the driver. I very much doubt it, but it would be very cool if it did.
Before we gear up for the first race this season, a couple of things. Throughout your career, you'll get a lot of important information. Keep an eye on this tab between each race to see what you've been sent. We also have a wonderful team of specialists that will be dedicating some of their time to help us this season. When you have a moment, we should go and get introduced. They don't bite, I promise. Driver Details contains all the important information for your accolades, contracts, rivalries, and driver ratings. Keep an eye on it throughout the season.
Hi mate, Mark here. I'm your engineer for the season ahead, and I'm absolutely buzzing to be working with you. When you're ready, come and see me over in R&D and we can chat about the development of the car. See you soon.
Imagine if they'd added Bono into the game for that. That would have been so cool. Right, let's have a little look at messages then. So we've got teammate rivalry, new teammate. He's now your teammate, and while you need to keep it professional on track, it wouldn't do any harm to show the team who their number one driver is. Okay. There's nothing quite like the start of a new year between yourself and George. I'm sure we can have a fantastic season. My door's always open. Just a quick one about your specialists. The more you work with them, the more perks we'll receive. So that's something that's new as well. Each specialist will offer perks for a different area of development, but just to highlight their importance, here's a quick list of things they will be able to do for us. So less chance of upgrades failing, that's good. Cheaper upgrade costs, faster development time. So basically they've put the contract perks into this now with these specialists.
Your specialists are a team of experts that will be working with us part-time to maximize your research and development within the team. They will offer you goals to complete each race weekend. Completing these goals will increase your relationship level with a specialist. When that level increases, you'll get perks that improve their area of R&D. You can see each specialist's title and current level here, as well as a message stating whether they have some goals available. Selecting a specialist will take you to a details screen where you can view their perks and goals. When you're ready, select an available specialist to see what they are offering you.
Okay, let's go to the manufacturing expert then. It seems everybody else is unavailable right now. But this guy, who looks a little bit like Chris, doesn't he? From the old 2016, 2017 career modes. Let's go into it.
Each specialist will have perks that match their area of expertise. As you improve your relationship with a specialist, you'll gain access to the corresponding perk. You can also select which of the available goals you would like for the upcoming race weekend. You can change your choice at any time from here or at the track before entering the first session of the weekend. After entering the first session, your selected goal will be locked in.
Okay. So we can go for either of these. I mean, both of those will happen. Let's just go... Well, should we just do the 3 sessions? Because that one we'll do quicker than
You can see your
the
selected
other one.
goals
That's fine.
and can view this during the weekend. After the race, you'll get a rundown of which goals you passed or failed and any progress made towards each specialist's level. If you fail a goal, you'll lose progress, so pick goals you're confident in completing. In short, don't get greedy.
Yeah, that's fine. Right, okay, let's head back then.
This icon represents your primary specialist. They will offer double XP for successfully completing goals to help you unlock their perks faster. You can choose any available specialist to be your primary and change this right up until you enter the first session of a race weekend.
Okay, that all looks good.
Welcome to your contract
driver
hub.
details.
Here, you'll be able to view your current contract and all the information relating to it. To start, you can see all the base information for your current contract, your target rating, your current rating, and more. In this main area, you'll find a graph that tracks your rating each race. It will also display your target, so you can see how far off you are. Obviously, we haven't raced yet, so there's no data. Be sure to come back and check this after each race weekend.
Okay, cool.
Here, you can review your recognition information. You will see a comparison between you and your teammate, as well as any bonus you have applied. Below that, you can see a list of your current perks that come with your recognition level, so you can unlock more and really push the development of the car. Review your current contract target and set something lower if you're struggling. The team won't take this lightly, though, and you will struggle to improve your recognition this season. But it's better than potentially getting fired. This option will only be available when you're below your target rating. If you're on a long-term deal, you can break your contract. As you might expect, teams do not want you doing that, and will treat you as if you've been fired. In short, you'll be off the Christmas list. This will hurt your recognition, both with this team and others when we have to find you a new seat. We may be able to start meeting with other teams if time allows. However, I know it won't come to that. Will it?
Okay, cool.
These are your active accolades. Through your glorious F1 career, you will work towards these, and each accolade has multiple tiers, just to keep you on your toes. Highlight an accolade, and you'll see what it is, how to complete your current tier, and the rewards. When you've completed one, it will appear down below for you to get all nostalgic and reminisce on past glories.
This is very cool. Very cool. I'm very glad they've added this into career mode.
Across your career, you will always be compared against your teammate in a few different ways. Teammate battles are ongoing rivalries with rewards given every race weekend based on performance. Close points tallies can trigger a championship narrative rivalry. This compares your own points tally with your rivals, with the goal of outscoring them by a significant margin to win. Rewards are given upon completion. If your ratings are close to another driver, it can trigger driver ratings rivalry. The goal is to achieve a big gap over your rival. Rewards are given upon completion. Each rivalry has an intensity level. At key moments throughout the season, this may increase for one or more rivalries. A higher intensity level means you'll need to do more to win, but you'll earn more rewards. This graph will show you how your driver ratings are evolving throughout your career in F1. Upwards, I hope. Your current stats are visible on the right. Each has been color-coded to match a line on the graph. Progress will update after each race weekend, and you can view both the present season as well as past ones. Finally, at the bottom of the screen, you can see a description of each rating and what you need to do in order to improve each of them. You can select drivers from the left-hand list, and they will then appear with their ratings next to you on the right. Ratings listed in red are lower, while higher and equal ratings are shown in white.
Okay. So, interestingly, you know, we're better than a lot of the grid, but certainly on pace, we're struggling, really. You know, which it's Lewis Hamilton we're talking about here. But anyway, I think we're pretty happy with R&D. I don't think we need to have the stuff at that. Russ shows which upgrade your teammate is interested in purchasing next.
Upgrades can be purchased by you and your teammate, so remember to play nice. Each upgrade will be labelled with the driver that purchased it. Any upgrade that's been completed will be applied to both cars at the team. But no matter who did it, remember that if the car's slow, well, it's down to the drivers, and if it's quick, it's all thanks to me. Okay, here's where you're going to purchase and manage your upgrades for each department. If a part fails development, you can also come here to restart and finalise it, but just don't ever go at me when you do. As you develop parts, you're going to unlock access to more. Highlighting locked upgrades will tell you what's required to gain access to it. For each department, you can quickly view which perks are available as a result of your relationship with our specialists and your current recognition within the team.
Okay, so I think we probably want to try and work on some power. I think that's where Mercedes are struggling a little bit. I mean, if we have a little look at that, you can see... Yeah, you can't compare it anymore, can you? Or is it on? No. You used to be able to compare, or is it when you actually click into it? There you go.
When you select an upgrade, you can quickly...
Yeah, we know all of this. We don't need to worry too much about that. Yeah, okay, so the chassis is not great. The engine's all right, actually. It's pretty equal, other than Alpine, so... Reliability is pretty good as well, so maybe we need to look at chassis, which Russell's already got his eye on that one, so we don't need to go for that. Let's go for the aero then. Yeah, let's go for some rear downforce. That sounds good to me. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can see all of that. That's fine.
This graph...
Progress history as well. Got our engines, which of course we've got a lot more components this year, which is going to be really important. We can see all of that. Okay, right, let's continue on then. We get some more weekly resources, which is good. Let's have a look at this then. Feel like this will be really cool in season 2, 3, 4 when you see all of the teams for the first time. That's pretty awesome. Nice. Okay, they want us near the front of the field. Let's just check this. I don't know what all this unread mail is. Is there anything there? Okay. Ah, nice. We'll claim that. Claim that as well. And we'll delete that. Okay, cool. Right. Let's move back into this then. Advance the time. We'll stop there because we might have enough to go and do another upgrade. Let's just have a little gander. Do we have anything? Not yet. We're 4 resource points off. That's ridiculous. Right. Continue on then to the race weekend. Fixed tire loadout. Okay, yeah. I don't think we can change that at all. The team will decide that. Okay, let's head into the race weekend then for the first time in F1 24. Okay, right. Little cutscene there as well. Welcome. Tutorials available. Development's completed, which is nice. Oh, there's a... Oh, goodness me, he's staring into my soul there. That's quite terrifying. Okay. So performance-wise, we seem to have done okay there. Right, let's have a look at this weekend then. We are going to be with a full qualifying, and I will see you guys on track for our first qualifying session of the year.
The long wait is over. This is it, a brand new season. And before the show gets well and truly underway, we've got the all-important matter of a free practice session. It's great to be back. It's so exciting to be here at a new season. Plenty for the drivers to get their heads around. What will be going through their minds right now?
The faster you can work around the circuit conditions and get the car tailored to your liking, the better, and then you can just focus on the job in hand in terms of lap times. But first of all, you've got to get the car feeling right.
Well, as the sun goes down, the speeds go up. It's almost time to get underway for this shootout for the fastest time and the best possible grid position for tomorrow's race. Let's get on with it. It's qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Here we are then for qualifying. I have made the small change of putting the racing line back on. The handling model is very different. It's, I think, going to be a lot of fun to play with. Lots of grip in high-speed corners. I know they are in the process of changing it as we speak, but yeah, here's our first setup of the season. If you are interested, try to keep it fairly standard. Didn't want to change too much about it, but we were okay in practice. Certainly practice 1, we were second, half a tenth quicker than George Russell. We are looking pretty quick around here. It'll be interesting to see how we do get on. But let's take you on a lap then of the Bahrain International Circuit in F1 24. And, well, you might see what I mean. I mean, we've had a couple of moments where I've broke too heavy into a corner and the rear end has just absolutely caved in on us. But I'm looking forward to it. Let's see how we get on in our first flying lap of F1 24. But I really do think this game looks awesome. It looks beautiful. The colours are brilliant. It has a very F1 2011 feel to it, with both its handling model and the just sort of vibrancy of everything and how it looks. And I'm all there for that, I have to say. I'm just loving it. I've got that fire in my belly as we come around this lap now. And look at that. I mean, being able to just carry that much speed into turn 4 is beautiful. And we set a purple first sector. Now, obviously, this is not going to be the ultimate time. But it's feeling good. I mean, that setup did seem okay. It seems to be quick enough. We have been struggling into that corner there, but we always do. And I think if we can absolutely nail that corner this weekend, then we could find ourselves on the front row for the race. I don't think we're going to get towards Max. I love being able to ride the curb so much more than in previous years. And there's another purple sector. So maybe we're going to have to think.
We've just been pushed down into P18.
Maybe we're going to have to think about moving the difficulty up. If we're going to... Oh, there you go. See how the back end just steps out. Anyway, we release all our pace onto the final straight there, and only third place. I mean, we lost probably half a second there. In that last corner alone.
Okay, we've only got 1 lap of fuel remaining.
I just want to dial that right down. But I think that was pretty good that time there. We'll see how that gets on. I do want to change a couple of settings though, so I'll see you guys later in the session. Well, here we go. It's going to be a little bit of an improvement. Not much of one though. It's a purple final sector. Is it enough to get through? It is. Just about in 11th place. We did have to go out again on the scrub tyres. We did improve through that final corner. But that does get us through. But you can see George a couple of tenths ahead, which is standard for what's happening this year in real life. But going out in Q1 then, Esteban Ocon, Kevin Magnussen, Logan Sargent, Nico Hulkenberg and Daniel Ricciardo. Seconds quicker than Valtteri Bottas through there. It should be comfortably into the top 10. And here we come then with our ERS deployment, heading up to the line now. It's going to be in the 29s. It's a 29.3, which puts us second place for now, just behind Max Verstappen. We'll certainly settle for that. That's a very good lap time. There's possibly more to find, but I feel like some of the others are sandbagging just a little bit. And there we go. We are through to Q2, Q3, sorry, pole position shootout. A very, very close top 10 there. Oscar Piastri just squeezing through, but going out in Q2 then, Stroll, Bottas, Albon, Zhou Guanyu and Yuki Tsunoda. Wow, we went a little bit wide there. That's annoying. Because now we're only going to give ourselves one chance at this.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Which is really, really frustrating actually. But it was looking good. We were certainly going to be quicker than the likes of Alonso, but were we going to be close enough to the top of the leaderboard? I don't know. It's all going to come down to our final lap in qualifying. Where are we going to be able to put this car? Well, let's see how we get on with this corner. Pretty smooth, to be honest with you. Not even an ounce of curb. This could be a very, very strong lap time here. I'm going to fly around this middle sector. Oh, we pushing the limits here on the curbs. Now we do not want to exceed track limits. It was round here that we did it last time. We've got time in hand here. We don't need to push too hard around this final bit. It's not going to be pole position, but it should be a decent position, but we lost the back end a little bit again there. And now we head up to the line. And it's actually only a 29.9, which puts us into 8th position. In the end, a little mistake at the final corner was enough to drop us down a couple of positions from where we would have ended up. But where did we end up compared to George Russell? That's the big question here. Did he manage to improve?
With qualifying
No, he
wrapped up
didn't.
now, we have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
So it is Max Verstappen on pole position with a 29.3. I think had we finished the lap there, we'd have probably been third or fourth, maybe fifth at lowest. But yeah, just a little snap of oversteer going into that final corner cost us a top 5 position. But we do out-qualify George Russell. He'll be very, very disappointed with that. But hey, we will be happy and certainly should get some good, solid points in the race tomorrow. George is not happy. Look at him. He is not happy. Lewis is delighted, though. 2 out of 6 beaten rival, which is good. We increase our pace, I assume, in that session. No, none of those things increase. But I'm quite happy overall with how things are going. And of course, we are ready for race day, round 1 of 24. And we're going to have to get off the line pretty well here. And hope for the best, I think, in terms of where we end up. I think race pace generally a little bit lower than our qualifying pace, so we'll see how we get on. But yeah, here we go.
Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities, and it could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Perez, Sainz, Norris, Gasly, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Oscar Piastri, Russell, Stroll, Bottas, Albon, Joe, Tsunoda, Ocon, Magnussen, Sargent, Hülkenberg, and Daniel Ricciardo fills the last spot on the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Now, it's a new season, plenty of new opportunities, but I think I'm going to start with a question we may have asked last year as well. Can anyone stop Max Verstappen?
That's what they're hoping for. And that's what we're hoping for as well in some ways, because we don't want to see just one driver or one team running away with it this season like we had last year or even the years gone by in this sport. Can we get to see a 2-way or even a 3- or 4-way fight throughout this race today? Fingers crossed we'll get that.
Okay, here we are then, down on the track. Let's have a little look at race strategy. So the default strategy is soft then hard tyre option. There is a possible 2-stop strategy. Let's just have a little gander. Is it going to be quicker on the medium tyres? Maybe not so much. I think the hard tyres are going to be a pretty good race tyre today, so you could even start on the hards if you wanted. You want to delete that 3rd stint. So what could... Yeah. Hang on a minute. What... Yeah, start on the hards, move on to the softs. Yeah, it's not working the way that I wanted to. And ultimately we're going to start on the softs anyway. 8 laps does seem quite a lot on the soft tyres though, to be honest. So I might bring that down to lap 7, try and get a bit of an undercut and look after those hard tyres towards the end of the Grand Prix. We're going to go for 21 laps worth of fuel. That all looks good to me. Let's get ourselves into it. Here we go. 2024.
Okay, pull the clutch in, hold it there until the start. Let's build the revs up and hold them. Radio check.
Oh, that was Lewis. Oh, I thought maybe.
Clutch bite is good. Gearbox is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes. Warm the tyres and brakes throughout the lap, please. Alonso's ahead of you.
Interestingly, most people seem to be on the medium tyres. I think, in fact, everybody is on the medium tyres. Have we made the right call here? Do we think? Or have we already made a boo-boo here at Mercedes? That could well play in our favour, certainly at the start of this race on the soft tyres. But, yeah, I certainly wasn't expecting everybody else to start on the mediums. That is interesting. Let's have a little look at the race director. In fact, everybody below 10th is either on the softs or the hards. It's only us in the top 10 on the softs, everybody else on the mediums. So it's very interesting how different the strategies are out there. And I'll certainly be intrigued to watch somebody like Valtteri Bottas, who seems to have a lot of pace in this year's game, Fernando Alonso, Lance Stroll. You know, how are they going to get on in this race? Particularly Stroll, who's in a quick car, but out of position. And how will George Russell get on those medium tyres? We should have the better of him early on in this race. But yeah, I'm nervous. I'm nervous for how this might go. Obviously, no flashback simulation damage. We could well have ourselves a bit of an incident and make ourselves look silly at turn 1, especially being a little bit rusty. Oh yeah, I forgot that you have to have an optimal stopping position. And here we go. That's okay. That's all right.
Get a good launch as the lights go out.
That'll do.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the...
Oh, here we are then. Lights out, and away we go for F1 24. It's a good start off the grid on our soft tyres, but it looks like Oscar Piastri has got off to a better one. And here we go then into turn 1, trying to keep our front wing nice and tidy and actually lose a couple of positions because we were just holding back a little bit there. But it's okay. We got through the first couple of corners unscathed, and that is exactly what I was looking to do. Now we can just settle into our rhythm. We got 20 laps to try and get some good points here. But I'll tell you what a start it was from Lance Stroll on those soft tyres. Oscar Piastri off to a great start as well. He was behind us on the grid, and he flew round into turn 1. Now, of course, Pierre Gasly is a little bit out of position, you would say, in that Alpine. That gives us a bit of an opportunity today to get up into that top 5, because the Red Bulls and Ferraris, I'm not sure we're going to be in their league, if I'm perfectly honest. But I tell you what, who did have a bad start was George Russell. He started P10, and he's certainly dropped out of the top 12. I think he's in 13th position as it stands. Now we need to be a little bit careful here in terms of how we use our ERS. I don't want to use it all straight away. But already we have got cars side by side up ahead. That looks like Norris and Gasly. Interesting. Already that they're battling it out up there. And of course, after one lap, you get DRS in F1 24. That's going to take a little bit of getting used to. I was saying that maybe the Ferraris were out of reach, but they're at the front of this train. Oh, nearly lost the back end there. Just need to be careful here. Get into our rhythm. Because we have got pace. We have more pace than we showed in qualifying. We should be able to stay in this DRS train. But look at Red Bull. They are so far ahead already. Sergio Perez sticking with his teammate Max Verstappen. I'm presuming it is Max Verstappen at the front. Oh, well, we kept ourselves on it there. This is good.
Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push.
Yeah, Sergio Perez gone slightly quicker than his teammate on that previous lap. But 2 laps into this season. And well, here comes Alex Albon. Having a look for Williams there. But yeah, I think this undercut idea
still looking good.
is going to be probably the best idea for us. Because we're already in this DRS train. Okay, we're coming up towards pit stop time. We are still very much trapped behind Fernando Alonso at the moment. And indeed his teammate. We are trying to not use the overtake button so much.
Okay, we're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
Because we're able to just about stay with these guys at the moment. This is an opportunity though on Fernando Alonso. That came from nowhere. We go around the outside. We've got DRS to try and make the move stick. And he stays on the inside. We hold it round the outside. And there you go. We are through on the 2-time world champion there. That's very, very good. And we used a little bit of our ERS there. Got a bit caught on the curbs there. And that is actually our second warning for track limits. Okay, that's tyres. I was a little bit worried that we'd got a bit of underbody damage by running out wide there. But we're okay, and you can see how quickly we have moved on from Fernando Alonso. I'm thinking this undercut could work out a treat here. We should really undercut everybody up to Gasly. That would be P6. I'm not sure we'd get all the way up to Norris. But
okay, pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised.
do we go another lap here?
Keep that in mind as you approach.
Do we go another lap? So we have got pace here. No, we're going to stick to the plan. We're going to stick to the plan. And we are in.
That's it, go.
And we're away in 2.5. That's a good pit stop. Now this is going to feed us back in at the rear. But if we can ease these tyres in, and we could well...
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Could well be on for a very, very good finish. Now most people are going to have much fresher hard tyres than us.
Okay, Lewis, we've got some clear track in front of us, and let's make the best of it. So
ooh,
please
here we
make
go.
This next one a very fast lap.
Number 133 flat, which would be our fastest lap of the race so far. I just want to get these tyres up to temp before we start pushing. So going into hot lap mode. You can see there's quite a few people in the pits here. did come out just behind Norris there. That is Lando Norris. We weren't expecting to undercut
The
him,
car behind you's just come in for the hard tyres. Car behind, running hard tyres.
but I think that's a very good sign of where we are up to.
And gap to the car in front, 2.0 seconds. Our gap behind, 2.6 seconds.
And already starting to catch up to Norris and Leclerc, our future teammate, hopefully. Because we've got nice toasty tyres on.
No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Done a good job with our tyres, easing them in, which is exactly what we wanted to do. Yeah, went a little bit
George
wide,
is
but
in the
just
pits. He's in the pits now.
held off. And here we come then round the final corner. Are we going to achieve our first objective in F1 24? Head up to the line.
Okay,
It is a
nice work.
32.6,
Really good
which
job
is
with that
nice.
target, mate.
And you can see we are coming past now, and we have massively undercut Pierre Gasly and Oscar Piastri. That is huge. Now if we can stay with these boys, that could be really, really beneficial to our race. And, well, I mean, this goes all the way up to third position net. So, yeah, we've got Pierre Gasly behind us. He's surely going to be a bit of a cork in the bottle. 2.7 seconds the gap to him.
Okay,
Oh,
we've been given
no.
a time penalty. It will
Damn
go
it.
against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get it done.
That was just a lapse in concentration there, because I was trying to see how much Gasly was behind. I was looking on the map, but yeah, 3-second penalty. It's not too much to have to deal with, but that is something that we will have to be aware of this year with our strict corner cutting on there. It's a bit of a shame that they haven't added in the sort of black and white flag after 3 like it is in real life. There's still 2 chances and then you're out, but you'll just have to be a little bit more careful. Oh, there's a bit of carbon fibre there on the exit. I'm not sure if that belongs to any of the guys that we're with.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 5.9 seconds.
When they're side by side, I mean, Leclerc and Norris, there could well be a bit of argy-bargy here. And interestingly, Piastri and Alonso, they've both got past Gasly. That could harm us in terms of our 3-second penalty, because at the moment we'd be comfortably in front of them. Now, I don't know if they're going to catch up to this group. No idea. But, yeah, we need to be a little bit careful. We seem to have a little bit more pace than certainly Sainz. But are we going to be able to utilise it? I think with this game you're going to have to pick your moments more than ever. Well, we tried down the inside of Sainz. There was a little bit of argy-bargy there, but we nearly got through. And that leaves Sainz a little bit exposed on this next straight. But yeah, that was a risk. I mean, we have been traditionally a lot faster than the car in front through that part of the track. I mean, we certainly were ahead of Alonso. We saw the gap, we went for it. It didn't work out for us. But that's okay. We need to be aggressive at times. Well, Norris in a Ferrari sandwich at the moment. Oh, it's very, very close. and we managed to take advantage. We are through on Carlos Sainz down the inside, and we stay in front. That is a huge move for us. Now back up into 5th place. Obviously, we wouldn't finish ahead of Sainz at the moment with our 3-second penalty. So, you know, we need to bear that in mind. But it might be that we want to try and get past these guys and push on a little bit and dictate our own pace in this race. We certainly seem to have just a little bit more pace, but maybe the turbulent air is not allowing us to flourish. And well, he had a little look at Leclerc there. That wasn't the quickest way through that corner. That's for certain. That was a very good move on Carlos Sainz. We just sort of waited for our moment. And now Norris is going to be vulnerable, certainly, to Charles Leclerc here. And he pulls to the outside. Is Norris going to be able to defend here? I'm not sure. I mean, they're side by side here. Is there going to be contact? It doesn't look like it at the moment, but we've got excellent run, and there goes Norris, and he's going to be having a go at Charles Leclerc now. And we have a little look round the outside, but Leclerc shuts the door very, very capably there. Sainz having a gander.
Okay, Lewis, engine's running too hot. Engine is running too hot. Let's keep it a bit cooler for now,
But we
please.
find our gap again, and this time we are through on Charles Leclerc. And now, well, let's see if we can get past Lando Norris. Our engine's running hot because we're in dirty air, but getting past Charles Leclerc, that has really helped straight away there. And now we're the ones behind Lando Norris, and well, had we not got the penalty, we would have been in contention for a podium in our first race here. It would have been an unbelievable achievement in this Mercedes. Now DRS enabled. I'm trying to charge that ERS up a little bit. Yeah, we don't have to pass Norris straight away. Certainly going to have that opportunity, but still 6 laps to go, including the one that we're on. So we need to be a little bit careful. We don't want to push these tyres too hard. We're in a good operating window at the moment. Certainly front right is looking good. But what we don't want to do is let Norris get away. That's the last thing we want to do.
Oh, mate, you made that look easy. Nice work. That's why I love working with you. Smashed it.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got 4 laps to go, and, well, Sergio Perez, 5.5 seconds. I think maybe the bit of carbon fibre was on Perez's car, because his pace is not good compared to us following. So there is a possibility still that we could compete for a podium here, because we're taking about a second a lap out of Sergio Perez. He is visibly coming towards us. Now, at the moment, I'm just in a phase of trying to charge the ERS so that we can really have a push in the last
Right,
2 or 3 laps.
Here. Use overtake, use overtake.
And that might allow us to at least make a gap, a 3-second gap to Carlos Sainz. We're already 1 second ahead. I think we can go 2 seconds quicker over the next few laps because we are very much in management mode at the moment, as I'm sure Norris and Leclerc and Sainz himself. But maybe this is going to be the moment when we've got DRS here to try and push on, because again we've taken another half second out of Sergio Perez.
Gap to your teammate behind, 8.6 seconds.
Well, yeah, there goes Lando Norris defensive. But we try the old switcheroo, just didn't quite get enough on that. We're going to try and charge our ERS round here. In the bendy bits. Pretty much on full charge now. Right. So we're going to push for the final 2 laps here with hot lap mode on. So we're going to get through this middle sector. Oh, we went a little bit wide there. That was too close for comfort. Right, hot lap mode on. Going to press a little bit of overtake to give us a bit of momentum out of this final corner. But this is going to be us absolutely going for it for the next 2 laps. So hold on to your hats, everybody. DRS open. Can we get ourselves past Lando Norris? He goes defensive, but we are going to fly past him into turn 1. And on the track, that is us up into 3rd place now.
Good job. Nice overtake.
Now we don't have DRS down on the run to turn 4. Norris tries it round the outsides. We leave him the space. Who's going to bulk first? It's going to be Lando Norris. He bulks first. Right. Now then. Pushing out of that corner there. And middle sector. I mean, we've got more downforce on the car. We've been able all weekend to get performance out of those corners.
Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 4.5 seconds.
We're going to have to head back to medium deployment now. But we've got 1 lap to go. But now we're in clear air. Definitely able to extract more performance from the car.
Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap.
The final lap. How much time can we pull out here? Can we get to 3 seconds ahead of Sainz? I don't think we're going to be able to, but we'll give it a go. Now we're not defending from Lando Norris. We should be able to absolutely ace this middle sector in clean air. It's actually a green first sector from us there. Personal best, and there you go, we're already 2.1 ahead of Leclerc. This is going to be close with Sainz for P5. This has been really good. I mean, we're now within 3 seconds of Sergio Perez, who must have damage. He must have damage, because look how far ahead Max Verstappen is. 16 seconds ahead of us. Come on. Into hot lap mode we go. Max Verstappen wins the first race of the season here in Bahrain. And we're going to come round the final corner. We're going to give it everything up to the line. Where are we going to finish? After the 3-second penalty, we come over the line, and I think it's going to be P5. Sixth. Oh, very close. It must have been a tenth of a second. But Lando Norris gets driver of the day. Well played to him, but we do finish sixth over the line.
Victory and a champion's performance from Max Verstappen.
Well, all that off-season work clearly paying off here today, Crofty. A brilliant way to start the season with a solid victory. It's a real good confidence boost as well, and you feel like that's going to really propel them forward through to the next race coming up.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
Well, fair play to Lando Norris getting the first podium of the season. That's not a Red Bull. Very, very good indeed. I really enjoyed that. That was good racing. You know, I had to push pretty much flat out the whole way. Went into a bit of management mode when we were following the Ferraris, but those hard tyres felt great. They really did.
After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
Well, we were 0.02 of a second off Carlos Sainz there. That is devastating. Oh, one little mistake from being P5 and getting 10 points. However, we get our first points of the season. Zhou Guan Yu in the points for Kick Sauber. Pierre Gasly in the points for Alpine. That's pretty huge for them. George Russell, very poor race for him down in P12. Now, let's have a little look at the race director because I am interested. In terms of incidents, yeah, we exceeded track limits 3 times. But yeah, we can't see whether Perez got any sort of front wing. But, you know, you look at his lap times, he was doing very, very well. And then all of a sudden dropped off massively towards the end of the Grand Prix. So I think he must have lost a bit of front wing maybe on lap 11. Fighting Max Verstappen, I'm assuming, because we nearly caught him at the end there. But that was pretty awesome, wasn't it? And yeah, very, very happy with all of that. I'm trying to see if I can save this somehow. I don't think I can, but that was a really, really awesome Grand Prix. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, then of course leave it a like. Let's see what happens after all of this. But yeah, good, strong, dominant performance over George Russell to start off. And he's looking very, very disappointed with himself, isn't he? We're now 5 out of 6 and beating the rival. And we should be moving up in the world. We move up in experience, move up in racecraft, awareness a little bit. Pace is up a decent amount and focus is up 78 as well. We're now up to 89 rating. That is fantastic, and you can see we have increased our recognition in certain aspects, which is really, really good. Okay. Manufacturing expert, he's happy with that. Let's see what happens then. But that was really awesome. Really enjoyed that. So we're back home, and we are ready then for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix next time out. And I hope you guys will join me for that tomorrow at 4 p.m. UK time. That's when you can expect it every single day on the channel throughout the first couple of seasons. I'm really, really excited to see where this story takes us. Hopefully you will enjoy the action. It's going to be a big one, so yeah, thank you for all of your support. I know it's been a while, so all the support you can give it is really, really appreciated. Give it a like, give it a subscribe, give it a share, get involved down in the comment section. All of that will help out with that dastardly YouTube algorithm. But thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you tomorrow for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix for more F1 24 action. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.